Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and welcome to a brand new episode of Stock vs. Tuned with the brand new Rossion Q1. Now, this car is very, very, very cool. I can't wait to see what it will do out on the highway, both stock and fully built. But we're going to actually drive it around a little bit first because I have never messed around with this car before, and I'm going to let you guys hear it. Definitely a really aggressive sounding, heavily turbocharged sounding engine. Let's see how it sounds from some of the other views. You can definitely hear the blow-off sound of the turbos, though. Really light on its feet, really fun car to drive. So, what we're going to be doing is in true stock versus tuned fashion, we are going to be running this car stock and then running its opponent stock. And as you may have guessed from both the thumbnail and the title of this video, that is going to be the McLaren 570. Now, why did I choose the McLaren 570? Well, I figured that the McLaren 570 would be a really interesting opponent because of the fact that this car is S1 855, whereas the McLaren 570, once we get down to it, is also an S1, but it is S1 848. However, it's got a lot more horsepower, 562 horsepower. So I think it'll be an interesting matchup for sure, and I think that this guy will definitely outrun the Rossion in a straight line. But without any further ado, let's actually go out to the highway. We'll take the Rossion out to the highway and see what it'll run through the speed trap. Now, we haven't done this in a minute, but let's see how this little guy does. As you can see, even in stock form, these things handle very, very well. Even with the tires that they come with from the factory. I mean, you can rotate them very easily. They're super sticky. Yeah, they're super sticky. They're super precise. Let's see if we can drift the roundabout. Kind of. You have to be very aggressive, very aggressive. Yeah, you definitely have to be very aggressive, but if you're aggressive enough, it can and will do it. All right, so pulling up to the line here. Let's see what this little Rossion Q1 can run. Ooh! Let us use launch control, too. 3, 2, 1, go! Come on! And into fifth gear at about 120 miles an hour, not too bad. Really? All right. That's not okay. I was trying to get a really clean line through there, and it really wasn't having it. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. 170 and 175 miles an hour through the speed trap, which is definitely a respectable number. But let's go grab the baby McLaren and see what it can do through the speed trap, which will require coming back to our garage. So let's go ahead and hop right onto the map, jump back to the house, and grab our McLaren 570. Now, the 570 is an interesting car. It's a very interesting car. If I was to ever own a McLaren, it would either be a 570S or a 600 LT, but honestly, probably the 570 because I really like how it's the baby McLaren. It's technically the bottom of the range, but it's always been regarded as more of a sports car than a supercar. I mean, and in realistic terms, yes, it's 100% a supercar, but it's in the realm of supercars. it's more of a sports car. So you kind of go back and forth one of two ways with this car. But let's see what the 570 can run compared to the 175-mile-an-hour trap speed of the Rossion Q1. And also see how it sounds. I haven't driven this thing in a while. These cars sound great. These cars sound awesome. And I've literally plowed it right into a van within like 10 seconds of driving it. But no worries, that's all good. It does seem to have really good grip in the wet. I mean, I don't think the fact that it's raining is really going to have much of an effect at all on our trap speed. I mean, it doesn't have it. I mean, it's got a good amount of power, but it's not enough to where it's going to like completely and totally destroy our efforts off the line. So let's see about a little bit of a roundabout drift. So that's interesting. Second gear is definitely where it wants to do it, but I kind of run out of gear. But if I go up to third, I have to be really aggressive. But you could do it in third, but it's like it's on the very, very, very edge the whole time, and you have to stay in it pretty much the entire time. So let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna get that front tire up the line, just about there, and let's see what this thing can do in 3, 2, 1, go. Tried to manage the traction there off the line. I did a fairly good job of it. Not quite, but, you know, it was all right. 140. Come on in. No. Well. That was 174. These things are way too closely matched. Way too closely matched. I figured it was going to be a good mix-up because, like, a good mashup of cars because of the simple fact that the Rossion had so much less power than the McLaren. But it's looking like the extra weight of the McLaren is just enough to hurt it. Let's run this one more time and genuinely find out. You guys ready? Let's go. Come on, baby McLaren, let's go. There's 140. Come on. Oh my God. 176 dead. Literally 176 dead. Okay, so it's still extremely freaking close. Like, way closer than I ever imagined it would be between these two cars. But you know what? We're still going to take the Rossion and we're going to build it because it gives us an excuse to fully build it. Yes. So, the whole aim of this video was to fully build the Rossion anyway. So, I just want to see what that thing is capable of with the stock motor. That's a big part of this. It's got to be with the stock motor. So, fully built is obviously where we're going with it, but it's got to be a fully built stock motor. So, where's Rossion? There it is. I'll grab that thing real quick, and then we will head into the garage to make some cheeky adjustments. Yes. All right, custom upgrades. Massive big boy brakes. Race suspension. Oh, you can do drift suspension on this thing too. That's pretty sick. May as well do race sway bars because we're here. Race weight reduction, which brings us down to 2275. Jesus, that's light. That's stupid light. Fully built drivetrain, everything from the clutch to the trans to the drive shaft to the diff, all that's getting done. No expenses spared, my good sir. All right, let's go ahead and also get our, yeah, get that parking lot offset going. Not even parking lot offset. I just like the way, like, wheels look when they're flush with the fenders. I think they look so much better that way. Let's do 255s out front and 305s out back on a race tire. Well, yeah, on a race tire. And then wheels-wise, I'm going to try to go to something fairly light. Oh, how does it look on TEs? I mean, I know, like, TEs work on everything, but it looks pretty good on TEs, but I think it looks better on, well, I think it looks better on the TC105Ns for sure. So we'll go ahead and get those on there and leave them there. And then aero-wise, I mean, it's just Forza Aero, I assume. Yeah. All we've got there is Forza Aero. Not really much to speak of. If you did want to engine swap this car, you do have the option of a Racing V12 or a Racing 7.2 V8. Those are both, like, nutty, ridiculous options. And the stock motor, when fully built, we were about to find out what this thing can go out to. So I'm imagining somewhere in the mid-8s. But I could be wrong. I could be a little bit on the low end there. The turbos will be a big determining factor in that. Wow, we only gained an extra 58 horsepower from turbos. That's a pretty bad sign. We ended in the realm of 733 horsepower and 602 foot-pounds of torque, which is not really what I'm looking for. So, off to the Racing V12 we go. Off to the twin turbos we go. I know I said I wasn't going to swap it, but you know what? I mean, these cars, like I said before, they're so closely matched that, I mean, a dang cold air intake would have gotten me the extra boost to pass his numbers anyway. So I'm not really all that worried about it. So now that we are producing a healthy 1,185 horsepower, yeah, this thing is gonna fly. And we still weigh, I mean, what do we weigh? 2223, and we make 1,191 horsepower. Basically, 1,200 freaking horsepower in a 2,200-pound car. This thing is going to fly. When I say it's going to fly, 175 miles an hour isn't even going to be remotely in its ballpark anymore. It's going to be wild. It's going to be absolutely wild. Oh, my God. Jeez. Can you imagine driving anything that weighed 2,200 pounds, which is less than an NA Miata that had 1,200 horsepower? Can you just picture that in your mind? I don't know what I'm even picturing. Like, I'm picturing, well, I'm trying to even see what I'm picturing. It's just that ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what to picture. All right, I'm thinking second gear launch, and we're still probably going to blow the tires off by doing that. So I'm going to ease it out of the hole and go. Jeez! Already beat the previous best. Ooh, come on! 239 miles an hour, but we hit somebody, so I'm kind of wanting to go back and do it again. Traffic got a little crazy on us. So we're going to go back and we're going to hit it one more time because I have a feeling that we were going a little bit faster than that when we hit the speed trap, and I have a feeling that the traffic car may have been in the right place at the right time, or for us, in the wrong place at the wrong time. So let's back up and hit the yellow line, and let's go. Slightly more aggressive on the launch that time, but that's no big deal. $249 miles an hour. So if you do opt for the swap, this thing becomes brutal on every level. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought today. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later.